Alright, what's going on? It's your boy Lex, and yes, we are back with some more try-hard ladder gameplay. This time, I'm going to be using the team that was spammed throughout all official ladder tournament. I believe Fusion qualified using it for the most part. It's this LOKIX AV Alu nonsense team, and I'll link it down below of my stealing the paste of it, basically. So it features Choice Band LOKIX to handle all the HO offensive cheese. Max Defense Slowking, just to be a really annoying pivot guy. I don't know if the last move was ever revealed, but I figure Ice Beam makes sense for stuff like Gliscor on teams. Cinderace is the tanky set. It's probably some random Terra like Ghost or something, I have no idea. But it's the tanky Will-O-Wisp set with U-Turn and Court Change. And you have Scarf Modest Enamorous with Stellar Terra Blast. GigaFat AV Aloe with Terra Normal, probably in case somebody like Terra Ghost versus you with like Shadow Ball, Dragapult, something like that. And then like a really tanky Great Tusk, I think. I'm not actually sure if this is the exact set. I would imagine it's actually like Speed Creep on Bolt, something like this instead. But yeah, we'll see if this team is actually good. I am personally not a big fan of it. I think it's too frail, like despite having double regen. I think it just relies too much on low kicks and enamorous, which sometimes is not going to be your best option. But we're going to see if the hype is justified, and we will try it out soon. All right, we have our first game. Unfortunately, we're probably not going to fight actual OLT players because the cycle just restarted, so everybody is still pretty low. But hopefully we can still get some good games, and we have some fun, because that's what matters. Versus this team... This team looks tricky because they have Woger for Aloe, and then they also have Heatran, which beats like basically our entire team. So we're gonna lead. I think Slowking is fine. Slowking, I believe, should catch most things. Yeah, like Ogerpon here is great. We can actually just click Future Sight here. I'm surprised they actually go for the knockoff, but that's fine, I think. We can actually hard Aloe, I think. Because Ivy Cudgel probably does have a role to kill us despite being max defense. They go for Power Whip, and we actually get a nice dodge there. That is a little unfortunate. We're going back to Slowking now as they go Bronzong. Alright, here we're going to set up another Future Sight, and then we're going to Chilly out. Hopefully get some pressure on. They go for a Future Sight themselves, which is a little interesting. Here, I don't mind going Cinderace and then clicking U-Turn, I think. You could also Court Change, force them into some nonsense too. Yeah, I think Court Change is better. Because versus Heatran, we can always go to Aloe. So now we're gonna just hard switch Aloe in case they have Protect. We don't want to get punished. And then here, we're just gonna click Body Slam, I guess. Yeah, in case Ogerpon comes in, we click Body Slam. If we get a para, that would be pretty nice. We do not, but that just lets us bring Slowking back in. Thank you for Cudgel. They do get the crit, unfortunately. And now what does the team do to Ogerpon? Well, we're just kind of cooked. Like, after you get crit, like, there's kind of nothing... Like, what do you even switch into this? Like, Aloe, but then if they just click Power Whip, we're fried. So, it's not looking too good. I'm not sure how we're going to pivot around this. Yeah, because they could just click Cudgel for free every time. Alright, we're going to try Slowking one more time, and then we're going to stop bringing it in and just stay in Body Slam. Okay, they go for Cudgel. Now they can actually go for Power Whip. We're going to try to go Cinderace, but yeah, I don't understand. Okay, we do catch the Power Whip, which is nice, but it's still really, really not looking great. Our Bulk Up Tusk is maybe our win condition here. It might be our only way, in fact. They actually go Bronzong. Okay. We're going to bring in LOKIX here, and we're just going to spam some Knock now. And if he Colbur and he gets a Rocks, that's fine. We trade all the Bronzong HP for Rocks, and now we can click Knock again. So I actually don't mind that at all. Yeah, Knock should claim this Bronzong or knock something else out, which I'm totally fine with. Okay, so we do knock out the Bronzong, which means that Rocks will be denied if we can get the spin off. They do have Court Change on their own Cinderace, but then we can just Court Change it back. Yeah, I don't know how this team beats Wilgerpon. It's a little nonsense. I'm max defense Slowking, right? And you see it's still taking a gazillion. I think it's actually Terra Grass. And it's still taking a million from Ogrepon, so it's kind of annoying. Here, I have no idea what this thing is going to do. I think we kind of have to just stay in and click knock and hope that it's enough, but fellas, we might be a little cooked here. Here, I'm actually going to go ahead and sack Slowking because I don't want this to drain punch up. It turns out to be Aura Sphere, which makes me consider keeping Slowking and sacking something else to bring Enamorus in. Yeah, you know what? Let's keep... Nah, Slowking's too low. Nah, Slowking's too low. Let's just Future Sight. Okay. So now we can bring Enamorus in. We do take Rocks, unfortunately. Could actually Terra this with Terra Earth Power if it Heatran comes in. But I also think Moonblast is probably fine. Okay, so they use their Terra, which does knock us out, and it does force us to go low kicks here, which is not good. Like, this looks like an L, if I had to guess. Because we're locked into Future Impression. We're locked into Fimp here, which gives him a very free Ogrepon switch. Yep. Now we have to go Aloe on the Ogrepon. He gets a free Power Whip, though. Yep. We get knocked out. We have to go Cinderace here. And just try to U-turn. U-turn sack low kicks is fine with me, too. I think Great Tusk might be able to win. It's probably unlikely, though. Because something on his team is going to be able to burn us. Alright, he goes Petch. So we are forced to low kicks here and just click knock. Hopefully this does enough. Okay. Malignant Chain, we do not eat. But now we can go Great Tusk, Earthquake, knock this out for sure. Unless he's faster. If he's faster, we might be cooked. But we'll see. This might be winnable actually with Petch dead. I was thinking if Cinderace got to burn our Great Tusk, then Petch would be able to just spam Shadow Balls, which would do a lot to us. But if this dies right now and we outspeed it, we might be okay. In fact, we could go ahead and Terra probably. In case he's faster. But actually, I can calc the damage based off LOKIX knock. Okay, so knocked at 67. If he was bold... Okay, if he's like max defense bold, that roll kind of aligns. Okay, so we should outspeed and EQ should knock this out. Great. And I think we win because we just click Terra and then Rapid Spin, and it should be a win. They actually lock themselves to... Or they actually encore us. But we can go ahead and sack Heatran or Cinderace here and get the spin off now. And I think we should be good. Unless he's Flame Body Heatran and gets the burn right now. But I think we should be good. That should be a guaranteed win from there on out. Yeah, I think our opponent might have misplayed this. Because I think if they keep Petron, like they had no reason to go for the Petron low kicks trade. That was kind of our only way out, but luckily they did go for it. Like if they sacked Cinderace or sacked Heatran, brought Ogrepon in, revenge kill the low kicks, I think we won. Yeah, our opponent realizes it. They said I should have saved Petch. Very true. We can only lose to a crit and to Cinderace somehow living and critting us as well because we're super defensive. But should be game from here on out. Just waiting for them to make a move. Okay, so Ogrepon luckily does not crit us. We get the rapid spin off. Cinderace is now in. Wait, am I the correct Great Tusk EVs? Oh, okay. So we're not actually attack. Okay, Earthquake has a Giga roll to knock out max HP Cinderace. So, okay, yeah, he reveals Sucker Punch, so he's offensive. So, we have a guaranteed win here. Because there's no way Heatran can miraculously live this. Alright, GD to our first opponent. Like I said, I don't like this team very much, but it was spammed for a reason. It's incredibly weak to Ogerpon, as you just saw. But, you know, still able to outplay and bring out a dub, and I'll catch you for the next game. Well, after a long time searching, we have a literal mirror match, and I think our opponent has left, so... Yeah, the ladder is really dead, I've noticed, during OLT, when the players are all low rank, because they have, you know, it's only been less than a day since ladder has been available, so it makes sense that people aren't really so active, but, you know, our opponent is back. I guess we'll play out the mirror match and see how it goes. I'll wait for them to click a move. All right. Kind of want to just lead low kicks, go for the speed tie, and see who's really about it. But I guess Cinderace makes sense because we can just get Will-O-Wisp off on something like this Great Tusk. All right. They're engaging in Cinderace for Cinderace action or not. I guess I will burn this for the permanent chip as they go for Aqua Jet to chip us down. Very awesome. Very cool. Here, I'm down to just go my own Aloe, and they disconnected again, so I'm just gonna unpause when they're back. Okay, they're back again. I guess we'll just fish for a Body Slam pair versus Great Tusk. Why not? I don't think we actually really need our AV, but we unfortunately don't get it, so we're just gonna try to flip turn out. And we'll just bring in low kicks and click U-turn, I guess. Why not? Unless this guy didn't copy the team correctly and is max speed Great Tusk and destroys us, that would be unfortunate. But it's fine. Alright, cool. Big U-turn chippage as they click knock, presumably. And now we get free flip turn chippage. Awesome, awesome. As they click bulk up. Very cool. We're actually gonna Enamorous here. And I guess double to low kicks on the Aloe coming in. Or the Slow King. Okay, cool. We're making progress now. We get a Choice Band knockoff going on. It's going to do a lot of damage. It's basically going to knock out this low kicks. Oh, it does actually just knock out their low kicks. Okay. I'll take that. Enamorous is still walled by Aloe even without AV. Like, if they want to Terra Blast again, we will happily Mirror Coat them. And now they're down both their ways to break. And we'll take the dub in the mirror. And I'll catch you guys for the next game. Alright, we have our next game, and it appears to be a kicks off, is how the streets are calling it, except their match looks pretty good. I'm definitely a bit worried, but our Slow King can hopefully do crazy things. As we lead it into Dragapult, which is probably Specs. Oh god. We have the Scout Specs, don't we? We do. We actually do. Okay, I'm not going to stay in here. We're not going to lose the game turn 1. They click U-turn. Okay, so that's not good. Alright, we're gonna hard Slow King. Hopefully they don't Ivy Cudgel and destroy our lives. If they do, they don't get the kill though, so we can click Sludge Bomb. As they just U-turn out, which is the good play. Oh wait, Great Tusk comes in. Can we get a poison for the fellas? Oh, we can't. It's all good. I don't mind using Aloe here. Switch into whatever. And then fish for a Body Slam. Alright, Dragapult's in. Guess I'll just flip turn here. Yep. And here, I guess we'll try to court change. Like I said, we're not in a great position right now. They got a very free Drake off. And we are not in Blaze range, which kind of sucks. But we're just going to Pyro Ball here. Because we should live a Drake. Okay, now we're in Blaze range. Now this Pyro Ball is going to hurt them. Hold on. So win condition is spotted. Just get your Cinderace into Blaze range and just start spamming some Pyro Balls. Maybe there's a chance here. Yeah, what are they going to do? They don't actually have any switch into this Pyro Ball incoming. Great Tusk is probably getting 2 KO'd. Based off the sludge bomb damage, I think it's 0 HP. So they might have actually trolled greatly. Let's see how much this Pyro Ball does to Slowking. 72 with the crit, so would have 2 KO'd anyways. We Pyro Ball again. Forces their Dragapult in, which takes a buttload of damage. And here we can hard Enamorus, I think. Enamorus seems fine. And low-key, I think I can just Terror Blast. Yeah, honestly, I'm just going to go for it. What stops me from clicking Terror Blast? That Slowking should be 2-hit KO'd at this point. Okay, they choose to sack their Dragapult, which is fine. Now Corv is in. I'll happily go for another Terror Blast. It's not like we need an Enamorus anymore if they Brave Bird us. Because now Corv is at 1 HP. And it's looking mighty good for my Great Tusk and my Cinderace. They're not Iron Defense Brave Bird. I might actually go Great Tusk and spin into Bulk Up Spam. Not gonna lie. Nah, if they just Brave Bird us, we're cooked. We might have to hit a Pyro Ball to keep up our momentum. So let's hopefully connect our 3rd Pyro Ball in a row. Nice, we do. Okay, Enamorus basically knocked out Pull and Corv, which isn't the best value, but considering they have a Slowking Corv, it's not too bad. Alright, Big Tusk is in. We are just going to U-turn, play it safe, bring in our own Great Tusk. Let's go for Headlong, sure. We're going to bulk up once, and then we're going to spin. Ooh, okay, they go Ogerpon. Hopefully they aren't Encore, because I'm inclined to stay in right now. Okay, cool. So based off this damage, double Earthquake should knock it out. As long as we don't get crit. Ooh. Okay. That makes it a little trickier. But we're just going to bring Cinderace back in and hopefully connect our 4th Pyro Ball. Because I don't want to U-turn and let this come back in. Oh, U-turn is fine. No, we can U-turn. U-turn is a safe play. We just bring in our kicks, and I feel like we're okay. Yeah, because I don't want to risk a miss, and I don't think this is going to ruin our game. It very well could, but we'll find that out the hard way. Okay. Looks like they're trying to low-kick speed tie, but we're just going to go slow-kicking. We'll play it safe. They're not banded. That is definitely not band damage, but we can just go Aloe here. It's all good. Yeah, okay. And now we can just flip turn, bring in our low kicks ourselves. Okay. They go for Terra Knock, which doesn't KO us. I'm fine with that. It's probably Sucker Punch, but we're just going to fire a Fimp off. As Slowking gets sacked. Makes sense. Now Tusk is in. We definitely just sack Aloe here as they spin. That's okay. We can just flip turn. Now we can bring Slowking in, and we can just click Ice Beam on the Shuka Berry Eaton Headlong, and that should be 100% game, barring crit, which we don't get. And yeah, that should be a dub unless they're the UU underused to protect low kicks, which would be a little unfortunate, but it's all good. If that happens, so be it. Yeah, they try to click first impression, which obviously doesn't work. So we grab another win, and we'll search for maybe a couple more. All right, we have our next game versus Awesome Person, who's using exactly the type of team we want to face, aka we just bounce their hazards all back to them. Looks like a LOKIX lead, honestly. Like, it only loses to Valiant. Okay, they know me. Alright, we're going to lead LOKIX. Only loses to Valiant on lead. Should outspeed everything else except for Goldangle 2, which I didn't consider. But we just Aloe every time. They go for Trick. That's fine. We definitely don't need the AV in this matchup, it looks like. Well, maybe versus Valiant we might. We'll see. That could be tricky. They just go for a Shadow Ball. Flip turn does quite a bit. We're going to go Cinderace here. Pyro Ball looks really free, so I'm just going to click Pyro Ball. Only scary thing is DD normal knight, because E-speed I think has the same priority as first impression if you didn't know. Alright, let's see what they're about. Alright, they go Gyarados. That did 12%. Yeah, there's some tanky Gyarados nonsense, which you don't love to see. So I think we'll just play it safe and click U-turn. Okay, now they go hat. I guess they didn't want to get burned, so maybe they're just a tanky DD. I don't know. But we'll go low kicks and we'll click U-turn. U-turn is giga free here. The damage on hat reveals that they are... Oh wait, this is Libero. Okay, that looks like AV hat because it's not max defense or any defense, I think. So we can go Aloe versus that. As they nuzzle us. Nuzzle makes us slower, which is great. You just flip turn out. We don't get paired. Nice. And now we go low kicks, and then we can just U-turn again. So this is the type of matchup that this team really farms, aka Ting Lu hat, where they can't do anything about the vortex that's about to happen. Like, I'm just going to go Cinderace and U-turn here. Yep. And versus Gyarados, I'm actually going to go kicks and U-turn. That is quite a bit. And now we just bring in Slowking, I'm pretty sure. We try to get a future side up. Alright, they go Ting Lu. That's actually a pretty free low kicks for us if they go Ting Lu. And then we can click Leech Life. So it's not bad. Over Earthquake. That... Why did I do so much? It's max attack, but surely it's not weakness policy, right? Okay, it was. But Payback doesn't even OHKO us because we resist both the stabs. So they had the cool tech, but unfortunately it doesn't even matter. We're just gonna Leech Life everything back. Unfortunately, we don't have hazards to bounce back to them. That is the one drawback, I would say, of this matchup. Is because he's this jank offensive Lu, we don't have a rocks to send it back to him, which would definitely affect his Gyarados and Dragonite. It's all good though. Okay, Iron Valiant comes in, does activate his booster, so we're gonna see what the set. That does so much damage. Jesus. I'm actually gonna hard Cinderace here because I don't think he has hazards anyways. And if it's combined, Cinderace should beat every variation except for what's it called? Except for Focus Blast, which I think can actually OHKO us. But here we can go Aloe because we are Aqua Jet. We can just fish for, even if they pair us once, we have 2 chances. Now the issue comes if they start trying to set up Dragonite, but it's Ting Lu instead. We're just gonna hard switch kicks, I guess, and just Leech Life. Okay, they are rocks. But I think we just Leech Life. I think Leech Life is fine. I would like to court change at some point, but that seems unlikely to happen. Oh, actually, they go Goldango, which happens to be the only guy that lets us court change if we get a flip turn off. Alright, that's fine. They can knock us out. I want this court change more than anything. That's fine. We'll go for the... No, we'll always flip turn in case they switch out. We don't want to go for Aqua Jet. Alright, perfect. Now we send the rocks to his side, which I'm betting will affect D-Knight and Gyarados at the same time. Okay, they choose to go Gyarados. Still no idea what the set is, but I guess we'll click Will-O-Wisp. I guess U-turn is free. Yeah, I guess U-turn is free. We can just bring Slowking in. They click Dragon Dance. I'm actually down to just like Chili into Enamorous if they attack us, or into LOKIX if they don't attack us. Alright, so we're gonna bring Kicks back in. We don't need to Terra here, we can just click Fimp. As they go Goldengo, sure. Here I will hard Enamorous, or not Enamorous, sorry, that would be a throw. I will go Cinderace, and we will just Pyro Ball. Yeah, and then I think Pyro Ball with Blaze should knock out the Tinglu as well, if he decides to go to it. Dragonite is not actually affected by hazards. Now, that is very interesting. But I think it's okay. Okay, they decide to sack Gyarados. They want to do a last mon Dragonite sweep, which I think is understandable. Here, I think the best way to position against it is with Enamorous, I would say. No, it's probably with Kicks. Because they're burned, we eat that for breakfast. And I think Dragonite has to Terra to knock us out with E-Speed. So here we're just going to click U-turn. Okay. Down to hard Enamorous here. This should reveal his Terra. And we'll just go for a Terra Blast ourselves. If he turns out to be normal, we should be fine. Like, I don't think any of our Terras are going to save us versus Terra normal. And if he's something jank, then we're about to catch it. Yep, exactly. Terra Blast knocks D-Knight out clean, and then it knocks out Tinglu. That's a GG. Alright, we're undefeated so far. Let's grab one more and see how it goes. Alright, we have our final game of the video, and we are facing against Webs, which I think is a good matchup. Like, I would definitely assume it's a pretty good matchup, but obviously we'll find out, see how it goes. All right, he is upset at AV Mola, which is understandable. Don't actually know what our sequence is into Rabombi. It might just be Slowking, Sludge Bomb. But are we okay with Slowking getting paralyzed is the question? Okay, well, it happened anyways. And I guess we'll Future Sight, hopefully not get paired, and then Sludge Bomb. Okay. Now we'll Chili. Oh, they're Hex. Okay, they're Hex Life Orb. That's not good. That's really bad, in fact. I did not respect Hex Life Orb on Webs, but definitely got us. We knock it out, though, with a nice Pyro. They didn't respect that. They go Great Tusk. I'm okay just Will-O-Wisping this, to be completely honest. I think that's fine. We should live a Headlong Rush if they go for it. Yeah. Okay, we live with one. Alright, and now Aloe is a free pivot into this. Hopefully it's not a knockup, though. The AV would be kind of nice. Alright, we'll just flip here. Well, now we can go to our Tuscan Rapid Spin, can we not? Like, how does he stop that? Is it Terra Ghost on Tusk? Like, you wouldn't want a Terra Ghost right now anyways, I feel like. But let's see. Okay, let's go for CC. Cool. And if he's Rocks... Okay, the Rock Tomb. Okay. Rock Tomb, Headlong CC. At that point, I would just run Stone Edge, but I kind of understand the purpose of it, maybe. Here, AV Aloe is like the best answer into Enamorous you can possibly get. Like, look at that move blast bounce off completely. We can Flip Turn, and Flip Turn breaks the sub too. Like, this is this is peak for us. Here, I'm down to go. Yeah, he's not having a great time, and we'll just Pyro Ball to knock it out. Rabombi is back in. I guess we'll just go Aloe and Aqua Jet on the Webs. Okay, they go for Stun Spore. That's fine. Hopefully don't get paired, and we can just Aqua Jet, not have any nonsense to deal with. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, Raging Bolt is in. We're just gonna flip turn. Oh wow, they actually go for a raw thunderbolt. I did not expect that. That's fine. Thunderclap can actually Oko. Really? So Thunderclap can actually Oko LOKIX without any boost at all. LOKIX is so frail. 71 HP, 55 spit up. Okay, that makes sense. Huh. This might actually be a tricky endgame to navigate. Because we lose Tusk, we could lose the Gambit. Okay, first of all, I think we go Cinderace. And we get a burn off on this. I think that's good. Okay, well... Oh, they draked. Okay, okay. Okay, now we definitely win the game. Because they're -2 that. I would never run Drake on webs. You need to keep the damage active. I'll just go Namorous here. Why not? Actually, Thunderbolt, which is pretty wild. We'll just Moonblast, expecting Clap. And now we can go Great Tusk, and we can just Earthquake. They're -2 special attack, so this Drake will still do like 45 probably, but we're fine. Okay. There go Gambit, which has a balloon. We'll bulk up once. Oh, they crit us. That's annoying. I think we're fine, though, as long as they don't crit us again. Okay, we're fine, we're fine. And this Earthquake should knock out this Gambit or force a Terra. They're just clicking Sucker Punch, which I don't really agree with. But that's game now. Oh my god. That was pretty crazy. And it got us to 2,000 as well, or basically 2,000. You know what? I hated a lot on this team, but we went like 4-0 or 5-0 with it. I'll link it down below. Let me know what you think about the current meta and LOKIX. I still really don't like it, even though we did get some nice dubs, but I feel like I had to work for a lot of them, you know? Like versus the Wogerpon teams in particular. So make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Shoutouts to all my members. Also, special shoutouts to Meldogs. That's my guy. Gave like 4 people memberships in the last stream. Really, really appreciate that. And yeah, I will catch you guys very soon. Peace.